graphs, and I want to know, has anyone here ever been to the zoo? Yeah, the zoo? I think the zoo is awesome. I'm from San Diego, so I have the world famous San Diego Zoo right next to my house. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And I know when I go to the zoo, I like to pick out my favorite animals. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about what your favorite animal is to see at the zoo, and then I want you to turn to your table and talk about it. I want to hear some of those favorite animals that you have. Snakes. Everyone have favorite animals? Alright, class. I'm going to try that one more time. Class. I'm going to have to try it a third time. Class. We're a little chatty bunch, so Ethan, can you please be quiet? I don't have to tell you guys. Thank you. Alright, so I heard some really great answers out there. I heard tigers, I heard monkeys, I heard snakes, I heard rhinos. They have spiders at the zoo. They have big spiders at the zoo. So I know when I go to the zoo, my favorite thing to see, my favorite animals is giraffes. I love giraffes. They're super tall and spotty, and I think they're a lot of fun. Just like they have giraffes up here in the board. So, not too long ago, I went to the zoo with my parents, and we went to go see the giraffes, and the monkeys, and the tigers. And I thought to myself, well, I want to let my friends know how many of each animal I saw. This is my favorite animals. These are my favorite animals to see at the zoo. So I thought, I want to let my friends know at home how many animals I saw, how many of each I saw. So I was wondering if I could have a helper come up here. Macy, why don't you come on up here? Alright, Macy, so I have a bunch of different animals up here. And this right here is called a picture graph. So we have monkeys, tigers, and giraffes. Can you maybe take the monkeys and show me where they might go on here? You can go ahead and take them off. There's tape on the back. Tape them where you think they may go. Can you reach it? There we go. We have 1, 2, 3. There we go. Awesome. Thank you, Macy. So we have, okay, you can sit down. We have 3 monkeys. So when I went to the zoo, I saw 3 monkeys because they were all tired and they were sleepy, so only 3 of them were out. So I saw 3 monkeys. Let's see. Someone who's been really good. Brandon, why don't you come on up? Come on up to the front. The next thing I saw was tigers. Can you put on the graph, the picture graph, how many tigers I saw? Can you stick them on there where you think they may go? There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I saw 4 tigers. They were pretty cool. They were sleeping right by the glass, so I could see their big heads, and their paws, their front paws were as big as my head. So they were huge, really big. Then I saved the best for last. I saved the giraffes for last because they're my favorite. I love giraffes. In fact, I even have 2 giraffe stuffed animals on my bed at home. So, it's all giraffes next. You can help me count the giraffes. Someone who's raising their hand quietly. Izzy, why don't you come up? You've been raising your hand very quietly. Come on up. How many giraffes did I see? Go ahead and stick them on there. That's all a bunch. 1. Bless you. 2. 3. 4.
Good morning, Grover Heights. It's time for the Pledge of Allegiance. Right hand over your heart. Ready? Salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. We have a quick announcement here. Today is Walk and Roll Day. If you walked or rolled to school this morning, get your raffle ticket outside of room C3 at morning recess. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
All right, Izzy, can you tell us how many giraffes you put up there? 6? Can you say it louder so everyone's here? 6. I saw 6 giraffes. Thank you. So I saw baby giraffes, And I saw mama giraffes and dad giraffes, and they were really, really tall. So I saw 6 of them. Yeah, Rachel, you have a question?
Yeah, I walked to school today and I didn't know I was walking over.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. It's totally fine. All right, so this right up here, this is a picture graph. So I'm going to put some vocabulary words up there so you guys know what it is. So this whole thing right here, this is a picture graph. We made bar graphs, and they had different bars to show how much of each of the data that we have. And this time, we have different pictures that show us how much of the data that we have. There's 6 giraffes, 4 tigers, and 3 monkeys. So these are the animals I saw at the zoo. So I'm going to stick this right here. This is a picture graph, this whole thing. So a picture graph is one way to show data. And we talked about putting them in a table, that's another way, and bar graphs are another way. So, another thing that we can talk about when we have picture graphs, well, first I want to talk about what's something that we always put on the top of every graph that we have. You can go ahead and say it out loud.
Title.
Awesome, a title. So we always put a title. So I just titled it Zoo Animals because I love the zoo. I love talking about it. So the next thing that's different about a picture graph is that we have symbols. So each of these little animals up here are called a symbol. And the symbol, I wrote the definition up here. The pictures are a symbol or a representation for the data. Has anyone ever heard that word before? Representation? Anyone know what it means? It's kind of a hard word. Does anyone know? Rachel B, do you know what it means?
It means that you could show something.
Yeah. It's a different way to show something. So instead of doing tally marks or bars, we did symbols. So each of these pictures is called a symbol. So I'm going to put that right there. So, whoops. Let's stick that right there. So everybody can see that. Everyone see that? All right, we have one more thing that's different about a picture graph. Is we have a key. So this thing right down here, this thing's called a key. And what a key does is it tells us how many each symbol stands for. So when you look at a graph, you want to know, so I see 1 monkey, but does it actually stand for 1 monkey or does it stand for 2 monkeys? So I'm going to look down here at my key. It's going to tell me. A key is each animal picture, which is one of these, stands for 1 animal. So I know that I have 3 monkeys, 4 tigers, and 6 giraffes. I'm going to go ahead and put this up here. Everyone has that. So today, everyone's going to be making their own picture graphs. We're going to be doing something a little bit different. So this is just an example. But now, I'm going to do something a little bit different. Let me grab a pencil. Alright, so today, we're going to be making our own picture graphs. And just like how we had with the beans, we're going to be counting stuff today, but today, we're going to be adding creepy crawlies. So these are fun. But remember, these are math toys. These are not toys to play with. So I don't want to see anyone taking them out right now until I say to go. We're going to go over the rules before I do that. What did I say? Camden? Skylar?
I'm getting my pencil.
Okay, thank you. I want everyone's eyes up here. I'm not going to continue until I have everyone's eyes. This is really, really fun thing to do, and I really, really want to do it, Dylan. And I really want to do it. Remember, we have a 1-strike rule. And if I see anyone playing with their toys, I'm going to take them away. So I'm going to give you an example of how to do it first. So I have my creepy crawlies. And all mine look a little bit different than yours, but we're just going to kind of go with it. So first thing I see, well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my name. So remember, we put our name on everything that we do. You guys don't need to do it yet. Pencils down. Connor, Madison. Alright, so I put my name, first thing that I do, and then the next thing that I do is I put a title. So I'm going to title mine, I'm just going to title my creepy crawlies. So I think that's a fun name. And you can title yours whatever you want. So I'm going to title my creepy crawlies, just like that. So I'm going to look at my chart, and we filled out those survey charts, so we kind of know how to work with charts. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look. Okay, so snakes, that's my first one. Now, I don't have all snakes because I didn't have enough, but I have things that look like snakes. So I'm going to look at my creepy crawlies, and these aren't actually snakes, but we're going to pretend they're snakes. So I have 1, 2, 3. And everyone has different ones, but we're going to pretend these are all snakes. So everyone that has, when you look at these, when you look at your creepy crawlies and you have stuff that looks like snakes, we're going to count those as snakes. So I have 3 snakes. So instead of doing tally marks, what am I going to do? Pictures. Good job. Can everybody say that? Pictures. So I'm going to draw my snakes. I don't want to make fun of my drawings because I know they're not the best. There's one snake. Thanks, guys. Thank you. You guys are so nice. And 2. So I have 3 snakes. Alright, so I'm going to move on to the next one. So next one says crocodiles. So I have 1 crocodile. Just like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw 1 crocodile. So let's see if I can do this. So it has like a head, and a fat little body like that. Got a tail. You know what, this actually kind of looks a little bit like a rat. But we're going to pretend it's a crocodile. We'll put some scales on it, just like that. So that's going to be my crocodile. Alright, so move on to the next one. And I have 2 little spider-looking things. There's 2 little things right there. Those are kind of fun, huh? So, they look a little bit like spiders. So I'm going to take it, and I'm going to draw 2 spiders. Okay. It's not my best spider, but I'm just giving you guys an example. Thank you. Thank you. So those are my spiders. So this is my picture graph, and then what I'm going to do is I didn't put it on here, so I want to see if you guys can remember. But what's one thing that we put on a picture graph that lets us know how much each animal stands for? Go ahead and say it out loud. No, title is what we put at the top.
Label.
It's not a label. It is a label. Yeah, good job. It's a key. So remember this word because it's important. It's a key. So with a key, it's going to let me know how much each animal on the graph stands for. So here, each animal stands for each animal picture stands for 1 animal. So I'm going to go over here to my picture graph, and I'm going to write down here, I'm going to say key. And I'm going to say the exact same thing, because each animal picture stands for 1 animal. So I'm going to go ahead and write that. And if you need help writing it, it's on the board. But I want to make sure everyone has a key on here. Each animal picture, and I'm going to use an equal sign, so it's 1 animal. Alright, so this is what everyone's going to be doing when I say so, but I want to give some directions first. Alright, so in your book tubs, each person has their own little baggie, just like we have with the beans. Don't tip them yet. When I say so, remember, I'm giving the directions first. And remember, we have a 1-strike rule, so if I come over to you and you're playing with them and you're not actually working with them and doing what I was doing, I'm going to take them away. 1 strike, you have 1 chance, and then they'll be gone. And then you're going to have to work quietly by yourself. And that doesn't sound like any fun. And when we've been doing work lately, we're doing a really, really good job during these lessons, working at a pretty good sound level. We haven't been being too loud, so I want to keep that up. So you can talk to your table, but I don't want to get really loud in here, because that's no good. And the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to take out your little bag, and you're going to write your name. When I say so, I have not said so yet. Come on, you guys. So when I'm going to put my name, and then I'm going to put my title, and then I'm going to draw in pencil. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw in pencil first. I don't want anyone using their crayons first. We're going to use pencil first. So you're going to draw with your pencil. You're going to come down here. You're going to write your key. And then on the blue sheet, you're going to answer some questions. And when you're done answering the questions, you can move on to coloring your animals. But I don't want to see anyone actually coloring these until the questions on the blue sheet are answered. Does everyone understand what you're doing? Yeah? All right. Good work. Have fun. Wrap up just before the lesson ends. And I'm going to ask each table some questions. It's going to be a little bit of a game. And I'm going to ask each table group, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, I'm going to ask them questions about different things that we've been learning the past couple lessons, the past 3 lessons, about surveys, bar graphs, and picture graphs. And I'm going to ask each table a question about something. It could be on any of the 3 days. And as a table group, you're going to get a couple seconds to talk about it. And then one person is going to tell me the answer. And if you get it correct, I'm going to give each table 2 table points. 2 table points if you get it correct. All right, so table number 1. What is the difference between a picture graph and a bar graph? Can you tell me one difference? I want you to talk at your table. Does everyone agree? All right, Rachel, do you want to say it?
That if you have a picture graph, it only has pictures. And if you have a bar graph, it only has words.
All right, what else does a bar graph have? So a bar graph doesn't have pictures on it. But Dylan, can you tell your table what a bar graph has? Awesome. Okay, can you tell the rest of the class?
The bar graph has bars that stack up.
Good job. So Dylan said a bar graph has bars that stack up to show how much data that you have. And Rachel said a picture graph has pictures. So that's really good. You have one more? What is it? It does. They both show you information. So table number 1 is going to get 2